Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is the end of November for the 5th week on Weekly Challenge in Gran Turismo 7. This will have to be ready up to go with 5 races to get 3 prizes will be featured to have a 2 6-star roulette ticket with a parts and car category along with a credit ticket is about to go with a small earning by 150,000 Gran Turismo credit is about to go participate to have some 5 events will be finishing up to be in the 3rd position or higher. Here we have the first event to be at Autodrome Lago Maggiore Center in Sunday Cup plus Trial Mountain Circuit in Japanese 4-Wheel Drive Challenge 600. Porsche Cup is about to go featured to be reserved as part of the November 2024 update at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. For round 3, Roadster N8 model to be in the 1-make category is now being featured as a special event at Fuji International Speedway, and we're about to go with Group 3 car at Daytona International Speedway on the road course for the World Touring Car 800. Better be ready, folks. This will have to get down to have a plan of segment idea, but only this part is about to go with 4 events by using Mazda Cars, and 1 Porsche vehicle event is about to be reserved. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click that subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's weekly challenge. I hope you guys really enjoyed a wonderful Thanksgiving from Thursday, and it's about to go for having a Saturday at the end of November before December is about to be coming up to have a celebration of Christmas for this year once again. So this will have to get down to have a 1 center course layout for race number 1 as I'm about to choose for the Mazda Unos Roadster N8 model 1989 with a UDRS Inspotec livery with custom exterior parts is about to go with basic road going spec. I can't say about Mazda Cars is going to be a very good main topic, and especially to have 1 Porsche car is now being well preserved for this part of the main segment video. But I'll have to get down and have 1 Porsche event to be saved later on for number 5 after the WTC 800 at Daytona International Speedway on road course. So first up, easy difficulty and go by 8 position to myself. We'll be racing with K car and compact cars. Let's do this and cue 3-second countdown to have a 1 tuned roadster. We'll have to go on main basic. See folks? This is what I've been waiting for, having a right kind of a roadster. We'll get down to be cruising up and racing to do a 2-lap challenge to be on the patient, then go climbing up to be on the main get-go to be having a good racing line and see some few other compact cars and K cars. But there's going to be having 1 Mazda Atenza is now being seen on position number 2. Just have to get down and go by turn number 3, proceed onward to be at the 4th turn, go for the line, and solid piece of cake to go pass on through with 3 cars including the Suzuki Jimny XC 2018. See? Pretty piece of cake, and just have to do the main usual strategy that you already done this so far out there from day 1. Got to go full stretch and coming up to be finishing up at the end of the first lap, then going faster time attack on lap number 2. Just like the similar pattern from Suzuka Circuit for the first round on the Mazda Roadster N8 model as a 1-make category. So here comes the second lap. Faster lap time by a minute, 6.654 seconds to get up and go moderation to be handful to go focusing by under a minute. But I'm always had to go well preferred to be faster and steady on the main opponent to see how the new drivers just actually to get used to it. Just have to make it much more formation and lineup and possible racing objective to go achieve by the first position to go with a 6-star roulette ticket in the part category. Just have to do this fast and quick. Alright, that's good. Just have to make that good simple example and go checker flag to be achieved by the podium. So viewers, That's how experts who have already used the same kind of a Mazda Roadster with some parts installed and just have to get yourself to be proven up to go by basic. One UDRS Inspirtech livery has now finishing up on the first position by green check mark number 1. Total time has now been reached up by 2 minutes, 8.760 seconds, and faster lap time by a minute, 2.106 seconds has now been checked, done, and go by clean bonus to be extra by 7500 GT credit. But small earnings has now going for the start. 6-star roulette ticket in parts has now received. Okay, let's give it for a little bit more change on the thumbnail image for a replay. Got to go down and have a captured thumbnail image to be take place to be around by turn 1 and turn 2 on the main scene. Just have to go and have the second turn to be wait on closer. Okay, there we go. Just have to quick exit and have the first content replay will be acquired to be additional to be shared by a memory. When you're a beginner, every road car on GT7 brings out to have a capability to go with the compact cars as a starter vehicle with using the comfort sub tires if you are about to be proven up and become as an expert when taking part in weekly challenges. So it will have to take progress of progression till you're about to get yourself prepared to have a car collection quest until you're about to be entered to have 5 races in every part of the weekly challenges to go strategy by specific. So it's up to race number 2 in the Trial Mountain Circuit, Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600. This will have to get down to be using on Mazda number 2 is about to go in all-wheel drive that I never used before ever since from every month of the previous content update. I'll have to decide and go for the Mazda 3 2019 to have a good install parts with a turbocharged aspiration is about to go adjusted and Sports Up compound tires is now being equipped, calculate and suitable to be at 563.7 performance point. But good thing I just got the suspension, LSD, transmission, and other parts are about to be equipped and installed to get a good moderation is about to go strategized by the limitation to go around by under 600. This will have to get down and have the single kind of a Mazda vehicle to go driving in all-wheel drive to be amp up and racing with Mitsubishi, Subaru, Toyota, and Nissan as well. So this will be doing the main challenge for the Mazda 3 will be ready up and have a main challenging effort to go 2 laps at the Trial Mountain Circuit to be take place on the time progression in dusk. Hope I'm ready, and it's about to go for only one Mazda hatchback vehicle in 5-door will have to be amp up and go full balance to be driving in the all-wheel drive. Let's get it on and have the main 10 position to go on the rolling start by 3 seconds. And here I go. Let's rev it up and go slipstream to be catching up towards the first turn until I'll have to be ready to go quick overtake. Easier brake and close ratio on the high transmission won't fail me now. Okay, that's a good overtake. Just have to stay steady up and go on the right, then overtake the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Final Edition 2015. 6th position, just have to get there by 5 all-wheel drive cars to go. Alright, gap distance is in play by 10.3 seconds. Got a good eye on Jonathan Wong and Mikhail Hisal on 2 Subaru Imprezas. Going into sector 2. Nice and very good sound without a single rotary. Just make it like having a one normal Sky Active engine. This should do very well and much more capable to be using on the Mazda 3 if you are about to go visiting at the Brand Central. So almost there to catch up to Takuma Minosono and Giorgio Mangalo on position 2 and 3. Turn number 9, gonna have to pull the brake. Got to keep a good eye on the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR. Got to go to the 3rd sector. Alright, that's very good. Just have to stay in balance. Find the racing line and catching up to the R34 Skyline in the 1st position. Alright, good on the mark by 13th turn. Almost there. This should do very well to have a single sound of a semi-racing muffler. Just have to go amp up and go single torque to be using on the turbocharger. Just have to go there to be in the final turns. Just stay behind on the Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. Just have to go finishing up by the first lap, then go faster up towards lap number 2 by the entrance. There you go. Overtake and faster lap by 2 minutes, 22.523 seconds. Mazda 3 is in the lead, and let's go time attack to go faster up and cue performance to be having a main objective to go achieve by the first position. So you guys really might have to use the Mazda 3 to be amp up to be participate in weekly challenges if you are about to go optional by the choice. But if so, you might have to go with Nissan, Mitsubishi, or Subaru along with Toyota. That would be your only pick that you're about to get yourself to be driving up in the all-wheel drive layout. Just like having one Mazda is about to go sporty on the hatchback, and this is going to be doing a main perfect progression that you're about to go racing up by having a one single potential with some minimum performance point to go in balance. So see how it goes. Take the second straightaway, and going longer it takes to be around by 5.2 seconds. Coming out at the third tunnel and go straight to be on the brake zone at turn 9. Pulling out the brake. Just have to keep that line check and good, solid. Alright, third sector. Almost there. Just have to keep front and center and hold it in by turn 11 and 12. Now going for the perform of the line by turn 13. Nice and very good left turn corner by performance. So it's going to be doing well to be on to the evening. Make the 14 and 15 turn to go right in towards the final stretch. Just have to get there and watch the clock. Just have to be on the 20-second reminder until I'll have to be on the main arrival of the main start of the finish line to be achieved by the podium. And there you go. Just like that, and cross the line by achieving by a new lap record. Checkmark number 2 is now finished and clear for the Mazda 3. Is absolutely that you guys really might need to try this one when entered in the all-wheel drive challenge 600. Total time is 4 minutes, 37.274 seconds, and faster lap time that I just achieved by 2 minutes, 14.751 seconds. All's good, and Mazda race number 2 is now being checked and 30,000 GT credit in the can. By adding up with a clean race bonus, and this should do for only a progress to be climbing up to get there by receiving 150,000 Gran Turismo credit in the ticket. Now let's do the replay and give it a thumbnail image to be close in. Just have to go zoom in, just wait before the magic comes in. It takes a few seconds to be patient. There's 2 Subaru Impreza. Just have to go and have this image to be captured up and go save a good content replay. Let's go detour for race number 3 at Fuji International Speedway on the Mazda Roadster N8 model 1-make category as round 3 in special event. I'll have to make sure and save Porsche Cup later on for race number 5 after World Touring Car 800. Okay, this time I'll have to go and have the standard engine version on the Mazda Roadster Touring Car with the UDRS Inspirtech livery besides the Swap 787B engine. Good thing I just putting up with the sports hard compound tires is now being checked, calculated to be marked by 567.67 performance point along with a turbocharged high RPM, and racing intercooler is now being checked and marked by 273 horsepower. So I'm always about to be prepared to go ordinary race just like last time back from Suzuka Circuit at the first round in the same special event as I just being skipped and delayed by round 2. But sometimes I just really might need to do a relaxation time and just have to go focusing up and move on forward to be currently in the present on November at the end of the month before December will have to be coming up by tomorrow on Sunday. So let's get the show on the road. Two version on the Mazda Roadster touring car and road version counterpart on the N8 model is about to go underway, and have the third round for the one-way category is about to be facing up to go with a 5-lap challenge after having some prep work on the custom race practice. So here comes the TGR corner at turn 1, so I have to stay behind with a red Mazda Roadster touring car to get there by building out with slipstream. Turn 2 clear and short straightaway to be coming up towards turn number 3 at the Coca-Cola corner by sector 2 entrance. Got to keep counter up, stay around, and arriving at the 100R on turn 4 and 5. Just find a good clean racing line to be around on each roadster. This is where it goes, and very much more impressive to be masterful without using a swap engine on the Mazda 787B for this roadster and the standard road going counterpart. The standard engine, which is very good and serving up to go for the main part of the Challenger to be serving as a one-man category if you're about to do some practice on the custom race as well. But I still always have to do some professional racing version to this roadster. It is very good to be capable to be challenging up on Tsukuba circuit in the 1-hour endurance on human comedy. Now coming in to be on the 13th turn, I got the 8th position and gap distance to be remained by 5.5 seconds. Going clear to be at the nets at turn 15. Here comes the Panasonic on turn 16. Got to get ready and pulling out the brake and make that good inside the apex to go mark, and clipping up the BQ on the slipstream to be exiting and have the full straightaway to be around by 1,000 meter. So there you go. Moving on to the 7 and kick it up in the high gear on the 5th gear transmission to go up and forward to be at lap number 2. Just not yet to be patient. Still might need to go up and faster to be around by a decent faster lap time record. Okay, very good enough. Just have to take the first turn, going back again, and same pattern as before. Just have to overtake one roadster at a time. So here it comes. Got a good eye on the red Mazda Roadster, along with the black one is now being seen on the 6th and 5th position. This should do well, and just had to be outside corner to be around by turn number 4 and 5 when you're on the 100R. Just stop at the hairpin at turn 6. Moving to the number 5 spot, down to 3.3 seconds to go. Alright, very good to be on the 300R corner. Then here comes sector 3 to be going right back in to be at turn 10 through turn 12 at the chicane. In terms of strategy, the transmission gear, whenever you might need to get yourself improved and strong enough that you're about to be prove yourself to be using onto this Mazda Roadster touring car, along with the first generation to be in the title as an NA as 1989. But still good, and being well tested to see the comparison between a road going or a professional tuned Mazda Roadster, which is very much more similarity to have a same kind of performance in different spec versions. So it takes more practice, more decent, and ever-going endurance to have this professional tuned Roadster is now being considered as a Gran Turismo original version. Much more exactly to see this road-going Mazda Roadster as I'm about to catch up to be approaches on the 2nd position. But still yet far, just being right back down onto the 4th position, then coming back to be at the TGR corner at first turn. Alright, halfway there, and faster lap time by a minute, 59.218 seconds. Just have to be patient and wait, and go enter to be right onto the 3rd position by passing through on the Coca-Cola corner at turn 3. Sharp turn, close call, and very much more decent effort out there that you might need to have a change of adjustment when you're using a fully customizable transmission in racing type. Come on, just have to go counter up, negate that oversteer, and stay focused on the last two Mazda Roadster. It turns out well, but not pretty hard it is. Alright, just almost there, almost had it. Takes a little bit toe-to-toe to have the white Roadster touring car, as still remains on the first position. Just have to keep a good calming breath. 13 turn corner clear. Now just have to go slide right in. Regain control. Still on the grip. And Panasonic right back at the 16. Okay, just have to go and stay on the 4th gear to commence the overtake. And here comes the defense when I'm on the 5th gear. Let the 2nd position driver goes, and gap distance is going increase. 4th lap, penultimate, and not yet received by the update record. Okay, here it comes. He's coming back, and this will have to take that brake zone to go right back at the TGR corner at turn 1. So there you go. Still got a defense, and keep building out with more gap distance to be around by behind in 0.9 seconds, and going back at Coca-Cola corner on turn 3. For every strategy to choose the right Mazda Roadster versions between the touring car and road car counterpart as a first generation has ever yet to do some specific tuning parts with fully customized transmission to go in racing type to have some adjustment if you're about to go modest and normal for the top speed. Just to have my own kind of a personal BOP regulation is now suitable and adjusted to be stay on the 5th gear whenever you're about to go around by having a range of the top speed by 125 miles per hour. Got to go for the super pace of the UDRS in Sportec. Defense is the key, and Roadster for the basic of lineup. Thirteenth turn clear to be checked, mindful, and strategize to go climbing up on the hill to be racing. Got to keep a total time up, almost there. Make that final stretch, and the practice just barely paid off. Just have to buy some time and go by 2.4 seconds to be a short period of time until it reaches up to the finish line in no time. Come on, almost there to have 1 minute and 59 seconds. Final lap, here it goes. Number 5 has now been marked, and go for having a last stand to be pushing in by having a queue of time attack. The main example to have the 5th gear transmission to go for a range of high speed to get there to be in the main exactly to go for having a tough defense. Just like GTWS Nations Cup to be around on any track for the Mazda Roadster touring car, so all had to do any survival of this race will have to keep pushing on the main get-go to be having a main possible defense when you're on the first. So I have 3.6 seconds on the gap, still good, and just have to keep a good mindful to have a handled ways to be driving on the F-bar drivetrain layout. Almost to be by 4 seconds, still have 3.7. Come on, 125 miles per hour. Go by the commit at turn 10, back at sector 3. More hill climb, more speed needs the source of requirement. Got to keep approved well and simple to go by the 13th corner to be slided to the right and keep the balance to be on the main grip. but when it does to have the possible strategy when using the Mazda Roadster in a model 1989 is the basic step that you're about to take on with some Roadster touring car counterparts. Just having one entry level for the beginner and still have the touring car is now becoming as a professional race car level. But I should rather have to do this from round 2 due to my absence, so I'll have to skip onward to be on the 3rd round as a main part of the special event. So here comes the checker flag by the podium, and there it goes by having a one single lap time record without an update, if it's going to be possible to be seen as a main 3rd checkmark by having a completion by the 1st. So there you go, and let's see the tally up result by a total time in 9 minutes, 54.893 seconds. No new record, and still remain by the 2nd lap by a minute, 59.218 seconds. Very good. 3rd event on the Mazda car is now being checked, received, and 120,000 GT credit is now going by a normal earning. Besides clean race bonus, so you guys really might need to be very extra careful without taking one single contact in the meantime. But 150,000 GT credit by received, and let's go to Daytona International Speedway for race number 4 by the stage of penultimate by using a different Mazda vehicle, as I had to went down to go for the thumbnail image on the replay. So gonna have to do on the playback position and go by around in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, not the time to go capture thumbnail by replay options, and this should do very well to have the image to be close in. But pretty clever, and almost to be having a blue Roadster touring car as the official variation. For only 2 more events to go, I still have the 4th race event to be using on the Mazda car only, and this will get ready to have a Group 3 competition to be staged up by the penultimate until the Porsche Cup will have to be wait on race number 5. Then it's up to Daytona International Speedway on the road cars, and I'll have to go for the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept with the UDRS InSprotect livery by adding up with the Racing Hard compound tires and high turbocharged RPM to be marked by 788 horsepower. It's all set, check, and have a 8 times of fuel consumption, and tire wear rate is about to go for the 10 lap challenge. Will be proven up, competition, and first lap to be on the daytime, and then the 10th lap will go on the nighttime. Easier said than done, and the proper strategy for only one kind of a Mazda vehicle along with the Atenza Group 3 that every Gran Turismo players might need to be optional to have a better for use. It still have much more characteristic to have 2 Mazda Group 3 car with the Atenza and RX Vision GT3 concept. It's all about different performance in racing F-bar drivetrain layout. Now let's go and be ready for having a Group 3 race to be on the first lap on daytime, then the 10th lap we'll have to wait until nighttime will come. First turn check, 19th position is now climbing up, then let's go kick it up into high gear with the sound of a turbocharged rotary engine. Here comes the 3rd turn at the International Horseshoe. Good thing this is going to be the right kind of a UDRS InSprotect livery on the Group 3 car, which is very capable to have a fully turbocharged racing vehicle is now being amped up and strategized to go with the Racing Hard compound tires by having one pit stop only. Just have to keep it front and center, going to the West Horseshoe, then stay behind on Adam Wilk in the Ford GT race car 2018. Now for the exit field on turn number 6 through 7, just have to be patient and wait, then go on to the inside or outside by the next sector. Okay, very good motion on the racing line on the outside, then closes in to go overtake on the Lexus RCF GT3 2017. But heads up, bus stop chicane coming in, and be on the lookout if you're about to see a yellow flag signal to call in. Oh, there it goes. Welcoming exiting is now being marked by having a major procedure to go in and have the final sector to be right at it. But that was a close call, Still got a good motion in position and good racing line to keep at it to stay clean. Now, all I have to do is gonna have to stay on lean 6, first lap clear, proceed to lap number 2 by having a faster lap by a minute, 48.026 seconds. Only 19 seconds remain by the decimal of 0.3. Still got this in the bag, and progress is now being well placed on the 14. So I see Ryota Kokobun in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept in the Spirit Red. Got to get there, and I saw a far distance on the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 on the 12. Okay, good, brilliant, and strategized to go for a Group 3 F-bar layout. I'll have to take that and just have to get much more speed, handling, and more acceleration to go fill out the slipstream. Time to go out and do the speedway session to the next current sector to be marked on sector number 4. Here it goes, and gonna have to stay behind until finding the good place of opening. Okay, gonna have to go quick commit. Watch that apex. Try not to go crossing through. That should be having a one-way ticket to have a penalty by 1.5 seconds. Got to be averted, safe, clear, and moving on to the final sector at the end of lap number 2. Almost there to overtake Koke Lopez. Now I have the 11th position, then 10 more Group 3 cars to go. This could be my time to go racing endurance during the daytime and still yet remain to have a possible Group 3 car to be stay up ahead and go closing on racing quarter edge. Now all I have to do is gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on 2 Subaru WRX Group 3. So there's Takuma Minasono on the variation at the number 9, followed by Martin Grady on the Audi R8 LMS Evolution 2019. Total gap 16.7 seconds. Okay, just have to get there, closer in. Have the West Horseshoe to be performed and cleared by the corner. Okay, gonna have to keep it nice and tight. Low handling and more speed response. Might have to get up onto the amp acceleration to have a good advantage to get up and get closer. The fuel is going to be exactly by 53%. Got to keep it mindful and reminder if I had to go to the pit stop in the meantime. So there you go. Just have to be patient, and go attempted overtake when enter the bus stop chicane to be right in to be in the first, then go exit to be having a main speed to go pulling through. BMW M6 GT3 endurance model driven by Nicholas Rubiller is on the 9. I got the 8th position down to 14.8 seconds to go. Front times of racing and front times of Group 3 competition at Daytona, which is going to be the training ground of the GTWS Manufacturers Cup. So here comes 2 Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept on T. Yamanaka and Igor Fraka, as both of them are about to take on Lucas Ordonez in the 2013 Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3. So here it comes. Just make room for the UDRS Insportec RX Vision GT3 concept. Then one of the GR Supra Racing concept is now being remained on the 6th. Okay, gotta watch it. Nissan GT-R GT3 and GR Supra GT concept is still going for having a one-on-one battle to be in the 5th position, so I have to join the battle. Got to keep it shape up and stay main focus. Handling is much more important to keep it center without taking too much oversteer. Okay, very nice and good fortune paces. Just making much more power to be down to 34%. Okay, very good, excellent bus stop perform. Okay, I see Mendoza. He's on the dirt. Just overtake the Mexican GT racer, and Portilla in the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R is now on the pit, followed by Bosby Boris in the Mercedes AMG GT3 2016. Halfway there, viewers, I'm on the 5th lap, so I had to keep a good watchful eye out to have a one-way ticket to go to the pit, and just had to keep a good pressure on the fuel. This is how it goes. Every race for every Group 3 car, just to have the different perspective to go for the racing pit strategy with using the hard compound racing tires to go check, and optional to be using on the Group 2 or Group 1 car, just to be the usual way and the usual part of the racing strategy on every weekly challenges. So time of day is going to be on late afternoon. Just have to be patient and wait until the nighttime. We'll have to be wait onto the 10th and final lap. Kyle Hissal is on the 2nd, followed by Lucas Ordonez is on the 3rd position. Just have to get there and keep pulling down the line to be at 21% remaining. Just have to keep that tire pressure up to be on the hard compound tires. Wait before the medium, we'll have to wait before the balance, we'll have to be on the 2nd leg. So here it comes. It's only down to 16%. The best time to go to the pit and have the next 5 laps, we'll have to do the 1 pit stop only. Got to keep that line to be stay on the check. Come on. Still barely got this one, and here comes the notification reminder. Okay, let's do it, and just have to go change up the strategy to be putting up on the hard racing tires and adding up with racing medium compound tires with a source of requirement to go by 90% in the fuel. Alright, 4 drivers coming in, and let's see how Koke Lopez is about to be ready to join on in. Now Kei Kawakami is in. Simon Bishop, just wait until he's about to be ready to be on the hard compound tires by 3%. Portilla is in the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R is now going lineup overtake to be right back at the 1st position. Just have to go adding up by 10% more. Check and go for having a main lineup exit along with the other Group 3 cars. Okay, just have to be behind on Martin Grady. Well, sometimes being patient is more important to be coming out at the pits in real life, but only in the racing game. Just have to go by follow through. Okay, it's right back onto the 5th position. Now I have 4 more laps and going down to have the same strategy to get back up onto 16 seconds in the total gap. But the faster lap time by a minute, 47.118 seconds, is still remain from lap number 3. Okay, turn number 6. Don't fail me now to have a good low speed handling to go amp up by the response of movement. Got to keep a good push, and the shaded comes in to be on the out lap on 6th lap. So almost there, viewers. Just have to take the last 2 Group 3 cars to be right back onto the 3rd position for myself, and the other 2 will still remain on the 1st and 2nd place to see added between the Dodge Viper and the Mercedes AMG GT3 race cars. Now comes in for the inside. Overtake Mikhail Hissal in the Subaru WRX Group 3 in the number 5 original variation. Right back onto the 4th, down to 3.2 seconds on Igor Fraka in 2018 Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept. 3 more laps to go, down to 12.8 seconds. Still got this one, viewers. This race is in the bag, and one sound of the rotary engine is going to be the sign of the first position is now coming in by UDRS Insportec victory name all over it. Got to keep going. The sun is now being on the scene. There it is, going right past onto the West Horseshoe. Keep the signal up and going right back onto the short straightaway to take the next turn to go back onto the speedway session. Okay, Sector 3 is going clear to be having a procedure after Sector 2. Got to get in there and go up speed for having an amp up fuel to be a reminder to be at 73%. I'll do whatever it takes to have the weekly challenges to go with 4 events on Mazda Cars and save for only 1 Porsche car for the event. It's about to get quicker, going decrease at 9.7 seconds to go by sector number 5. But here comes the early sunset. Late afternoon is about to end and go by the shader to see a good time to go racing in display. There's Boss B Boris. He's coming on to the second position by the first turn, then pulling out on the brake. Getting up onto the faster lap time by 1 minute, 45.954 seconds. New record, new achieve, and good successful for having a Q time attack. I'll have to give both of them for having a piece of UDRS Insportec Racing Line to be right back at the first position, going clear, and 2 more laps to go. Okay, good apex check. Got to stay focused and keep it monitored. I just really enjoyed for having an off-time break when watching the first episode of the fourth season of Dispenser Camp Carnival of Chaos. But you guys really might have to watch it on Odd Nation Cartoons, which is actually to be today on November 30th. So I just really enjoy it, and the new characters is very more exactly to see how it turns out to be very nice and giving a good roll of both colors of the team like red versus blue. But I kind of say that the new characters is very much more exactly to have a very good part to be competitive for the 4th season. But good thing Trevor McGregor and Derek Johnson are about to have their best role to be reinstalled as hosts once again from season 1. But especially that Emily was been demoted to become as an intern. Maybe for the next episode later on that will be quite giving some more moments. Well, not to mention, after what she did from All Stars due to her actions from the season finale. But still, really much more enjoyed All Stars, and the 4th season is now actually to go for the right start. So here comes the 9th lap, and it's about to go for an early twilight as the headlights for Group 3 cars will be turning on automatically. The Ferris wheel is about to be having a good time before the fireworks. Just wait, and then the first position is now going right back in to have enough gap distance by 12.4 seconds is now on the mark. So I have to hold the line and work it together. Medium compound tires is the best offense and defense to stay at it to be in a podium position to go by the first. Just wait for it. I can't wait for the fireworks. It's going to be a very good time for the celebration for having a final lap will go down on the way. Okay, wait for it. It's about to go nighttime. This will be the best fun will be coming in. Just keep the bus stop tight and going clear to be having an exact low handling grip. Back on to 12.5 seconds. Totally got this one. And the strategy, just go with the brilliant. Okay, here it goes. Final lap, viewers. This race is about to be over for the penultimate stage on number 4, and here comes the fireworks. Just in time, and I just really love this track to have a good scene of dynamic conditions. But very good, yet possible, and still have by over 25% remaining on the fuel. Just have to go overdrive and have power 1 to be up in the high gear to get there for having improved of faster lap times. This comes in. This race has to go for exactly for the quick detour, so I had to go and race at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the Porsche Cup. But I can hardly feel it. This will have to take a pattern of the segment configuration to go with 4 events by using 4 Mazda vehicles, and have the reserve event for the Porsche cars will have to be settled, and then the 4th race of the WTC 800 at Daytona International Speedway will be finishing up soon within a few seconds, and go around by a minute and have a total time to be at 18 minutes. Now for the final part to be on the bus stop chicane. Close this in and go clear paved up onto the tarmac to go exiting out to be on the final corner at the final sector. Got to make that push. Just have to give it all I got and keep using power 1 to be down by 7% in the fuel. Almost there, and make it by the skin of its teeth. Successful, and 4th checkmark by having a weekly challenge has now complete in the can. Only one more race to go, and very good to be exactly indeed for the WTC 800 at Daytona International Speedway Road Course for the Mazda RX-Vision GT3 concept for my UTRS Insportec livery. 10th lap to go update for the faster is a minute 44.669 seconds, and the total time on 18 minutes 36.636 seconds. Alright, it's all done, clear, and have a drink of water for the celebration to have a 4th race by using Mazda Cars only. And for the clean race, 50% is now going double up and right back to be at 49,413,264 credits. Okay, now for the replay to go for the time progression to be on the noon, late evening, and nighttime. Just have to go around by 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go over close in on the thumbnail image for my UTRS Insportec livery on the RX-Vision GT3 concept. Got to go around to be at the horseshoe on the west. Got to get there to have a scene of perspective to go for a different view. For my own kind of a thumbnail image, this should do perfectly, well matched, and have an Audi R8 LMS Evolution 2019 is now being seen as a background. But number 4 content replay is now being checked, successful. Then let's go to WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca for the Porsche Cup. Reserve time is open, and 4 events to be checked and cleared by using 4 Mazda vehicles with 2 Roadsters, 1 for the Mazda 3, and an RX-Vision GT3 concept. But this time, I'll have to go and have a 911 GT3 RS Type 992 2022 will be ready up, get set, and have a different opponent to be using with the Porsche 911 Turbo S in the same 992 platform as the 2020. Sports Hard Compound Tires is now eligible and ready up to go for the 5-lap challenge. Is now being serving up to go for the grand finale in the 5th week of November, and few days to be part of the weekly challenge in December until coming up by the 1st on Sunday. So I really hope if any Gran Turismo player are about to get a good hands on the Porsche 911 Turbo S, and this will have to give a good guess, and it's going to be Jose Serrano. Here he is right now, and let's have a good check on the grid start. Is now being shown, and scroll down to be right on the main position. Alright, looks like just have to give one tip from Jose Serrano about the 992 Porsche 911 Turbo S. I'm Jose Serrano from Spain, and I was the Nations Cup champion at the 2023 Gran Turismo World Finals. Today, I'll be driving a Porsche 911 Turbo S 992. The 911 is a sports car on everybody's bucket list. The 8th gen model is known as the 992. As the top performing 992, the Turbo S has a twin turbocharged 3.7L engine that delivers 641 horsepower. Its four-wheel drive system ensured that it's fast on any track, rain or shine, making it the ultimate 911. Alright, Jose Serrano is on the second position, and I see him right over here on the red color. Perfect. And same as ever to see how different opponents, and especially for Adriano Carrazza, is using the 911 Type 997 GT3 2009. This will be doing good and have a one-on-one showdown between the same kind of a 992 platform between the 911 Turbo S and the 911 GT3 RS as I'm using it. So let's get the race started and have a good match moment between both versions of the same 992 platform between the 2020 and 2022 model is about to go underway. So I'll have to do the last position before going overtake onto the 15. Let's have a good corner performance to be on the first and second turn to be at the Adreni hairpin. Got to go with the DRS. Got to keep it nice and slow and master for the GT3 in the same 992 platform. Okay, here goes for the top defense. Going right at turn number 4. Good clear opening on the straight. Now gonna have to keep a good wide open to have a good opening and have the main proper corner strategy to keep the racing line check and proper in downforce motion. Now that's what I call a proper track spec racing ready for this 911 GT3 RS. That should do a proper way to get up and get closer to the 911 Turbo S in the same 992 model. Then here comes the corkscrew. Keep that strategy up, going in and going down to be at sector 3 to be around by turn number 9 and turn number 10. Absolutely to do well to be keeping a good performance at a high speed. Overtake the Porsche Cayman GT4 2016. Wait and be patient to have two Porsche 911 with a Carrera RS and the 911 Turbo in the Type 930. Down to 20.7 seconds left. Proceed to lap number 2. Got to keep that brake up. Check. Motion and steady on the line. Alright, faster lap time by a minute, 41.114 seconds. I'm on the 7th position, remain, and 6 more Porsche cars to go. Got to get there to sector 2 by overtake T. Bayless, have the DRS set, and go faster. Okay, very good. Jose Serrano is in the first position. That brings out with Angel Inestrosa on the second, and Adriano Carrazza is on the third. Both of them are about to go having a neck-on-neck battle for first place between best Porsche ever yet to be drilled and succeeded. But the most important thing is, should I have to do my best and just have to keep trying to go for the 911 GT3 RS Type 992 is the best kind of a Porsche sports car to be designed on the track. So I'll have to find out and give it all I got to be well prepared for having a nice kind of a reserve event for Porsche cars itself. Okay, gonna have to keep it nice and centered. Going full throttle and keep the drag reduction system to be well speed up on increased aerodynamics. Third lap to go on the halfway mark. Got a good eye on Jonathan Wong and T. Sugawara. They're about to go for having a one-on-one race for the battle of 4th place. Catching up and reaching up to Adriano Carrozza within a few more seconds on the gap. Okay, just have to make one overtake at a time, keep the handling, and take a most fine slipstream yet. Okay, there we go. Now wait for it to be heading back to the Royale Straight. Make that push of the speed and coming closer to be within by 5.6 seconds as I see Angel Inestrosa on second position. Now here comes the corkscrew. One touch of the apex, goes up, and goes down by short DRS on short drag reduction. Okay, just have to go halfway there. Still got a minute, 37.924 seconds to go up and quicker to be improved for having a faster time attack. He's still got the Porsche 959 in the race. Overtake, clear, and moving on to the second position. Okay, it's only down to 8 seconds left. Gonna have to catch up to Jose Serrano in the Porsche 911 Turbo S, same type of the 992 platform, and better yet to have an all-wheel drive turbocharged system just like all the other Porsche vehicles to be using on the RR drivetrain system without a turbocharged aspiration type. But this kind of a particular 911 GT3 RS without using a turbocharger, but always have to go with naturally aspirated with a drag reduction system. But especially for mostly kind of a Porsche vehicles that features to be compatible to be using with a turbocharged system. But give or take and have the performance to go for a matter of differences to see each Porsche to go with naturally aspirated with or without turbocharger. But it's designed to be using on the track just like the Turbo S version in the same 992 platform. So almost there, gonna have to reach up and go down by clear the corkscrew, and I see Jose Serrano in the red Porsche 911 Turbo S. Got to get there, just have to slow down and clear by turn 11. Okay, this time I'll have to go and bring out enough drag reduction system to be active and go to the final lap. Got to keep it deaccelerate and pull out the brake by the first and second turn to be right back at the Adreni hairpin. Okay, gonna have to keep it nice and slow. Down to 1.5 seconds. Got to keep trying and keep pushing. I can hardly feel it, just have to make one good push and then going extra slipstream by the advantage to go upper hand. That should be doing wonderful to see a different wing spoiler to go with a different kind of a style to have an active spoiler. But by having a difference, this should be doing having a fixed wing to be well seen onto the Porsche 911 Turbo S to be having a good standard by default. But it might be quite giving a differences between a fixed wing or an active wing when using this kind of a Type 992 911 Turbo S. But it's about to get closer to be stronger and get contested. Got to keep it well performed to be practiced on the main part of the weekly challenge to have this one to be added to the list as a full walkthrough. Okay, closing up and have the main exit to be at turn number 11. Then here comes the final stretch. This time I won't be using the DRS and go straight directly to the podium finish line. So that brings out with race number 5 by a reserve event for the Porsche Cup, and 5th checkmark is 100% complete for having a 5th week of November for the weekly challenge until December is about to be coming up by tomorrow. So there you go. This should be doing additional well on the Porsche Cup at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in a total time by 8 minutes, 12.153 seconds, and faster lap time by a minute, 36.732 seconds for having a one-on-one battle between the 911 GT3 RS and 911 Turbo S in the same 992 platform. But much more excited, remarkable, and giving a comparison to have the same differences in the same 992 platform to be racing up and give a clean race bonus by 50% is quite excellent to be having a both Porsche to go by racing up on the main part of the competition. And here's the 6-star roulette ticket by having a receive up daily and weekly to go for a participation. And for the replay, just have to get there and go by order to have the 5th lap to go for almost at the end of the duration. Now this part, where it all comes in to have a right moment to capture a thumbnail image. Got to be ready. This is going to be a perfect view out there between both Porsche in the 992 platform of each 911 sports car and track-focused sports car. This might be doing very well to be well exactly to be seen and give it much more environmental look. Just have to close in, and this one should do very good. Almost good enough, and have a 5th content replay to be saved. So the weekend is already here, and this time the GTWS celebration will have to wait for next weekend, has to get ready to do a best moment out there to be predicted the winners campaign. Nations Cup, Manufacturers Cup, and Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. 3 events is now going to be take place and held on Amsterdam. Is going to be a very good, excellent moment, and the world map is about to be ready to have a celebration to bring out the fireworks. So feast your eyes on this one for this year, folks, and the 2024 World Final is about to begin. Just only 6 days left, and we have a viewers campaign is now being included, along with a winners campaign and 2 special events on the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup is about to have a main feature to be on a limited time only. But first, let's head back to the GT Garage and get myself prepared for having a reward challenge. I'm very sure to have some good earnings to have 9 gifts available and reminder on expiration date before exactly to be on Christmas. So let's see. Alright, I'll have to start out and have a 4-star roulette ticket along with 3 prizes to go with 2 6-stars on the parts and car category along with a credit ticket. Got to make sure to choose the right kind of a prize. And there you go. I just got myself a Toyota Crown Athlete G safety car. Already been acquired and being stored into the garage. Well, I can't say I might have to keep it for a while, and that would be a very good well-reserved safety car version to go by having a main lineup to see how it turns out to go having one safety car for having a custom race. Now for the credit ticket, adding up, receive, and go with a 6-star ticket in parts category. Just give me a moment. Just have to wait and see which one should I get for the parts. And there's the Carbon Bremo Ceramic Kit. Compatible on the Porsche Taycan Turbo S 2019. Okay, this time 6-star ticket in the car category. Let's see what it is. I really hope if I had to choose the right kind of a good chosen vehicle, that might be quite giving a good yes by having one of the 5 vehicles from Brand Central. And there is the SF23 Super Formula, and it's going to be the Honda version. That should be quite good. Receive and additional to have a SF23 to be added to be part for having one-way ticket to be entered on the custom race. So there you go. 1,000 collector points acquired, stored in the garage, and the last 4-star ticket to be on the main reminder by December 26, 2024. This will have to do one last prize to go and see what it is. Just give me 100,000 GT credit. But close enough, and that will be doing by 30,000 Gran Turismo credits. That should be good enough, and very much more indeed to have a good part of the last day of November in weekly challenge by the 5th week. So folks, I'm glad that you really enjoyed watching the video to be participate in the 5th final week in November and early days of December for the weekly challenge by having one event in the Porsche Cup at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca as reserve, along with 4 events that I'm using with 4 Mazda vehicles with 2 road car, 1 professional tune car in round 3 at Fuji International Speedway as a special event, and also Daytona International Speedway for the WTC 800 that I'm using with the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept. 4 of my UDRS Inspirtech livery, and 1 for the Mazda 3 2019 at the Trial Mountain Circuit in Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600. But it takes to have 2 manufacturer brand by having 4 cars and 1 vehicle, just like the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Type 992 model 2022 that I'm currently using it by finishing up at the 5th race and go by comparison between the Turbo S and the 911 GT3 RS in the same kind of a 992 model. But yep, that could be considered to have the second event by having a main part in November 2024 update after last week from Jeepney Cup at Grand Valley South has everything to go with a pattern for having a new part of the weekly challenge. But it turns out the GTWS World Finals will have to be coming up by next weekend, so I just really might need to see some good racing moment on the Nations Cup, Manufacturers Cup, and Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. I have to look forward to it, and this time going to wrap it up at the end of the video is about to go for having a best 2 special event for a limited time only when entered for the GTWS Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup celebration for the limited time only, and also to have viewers campaign is about to have something for an interesting surprise for the upcoming GT7 update in January 2025. So I bet if it's going to be the Hyundai electric vehicle, that will be a very good interesting moment for having an upcoming vehicle, and that will have to be registered to the car index until it's going to be having an early access. And tickets are on sale now for the World Finals Amsterdam that you guys really might need to take a good look to see the action. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Dividend Art, Instagram, Blue Sky, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. We'll join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out with the super things as an extra will support and grow. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.